Hi, I'm former Buffalo Bills wide receiver Don Beebe, and you're listening to Nate and the Fellas on Circling the Wagons podcast, because nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. Go Bills.
Where else would you rather be than right here, right now?
Hey, hey, let's go Buffalo! Hey, hey, let's go Buffalo!
The Bills make me wanna shout!
Welcome to the Circling the Wagons podcast, a podcast discussing the Bills all year round with interviews, news, recaps, and insightful fan discussion. Most times. Here's your host and lifelong Bills fan, Nate.
Hey Bills Mafia, welcome to another episode of Circling the Wagons, a Buffalo fan base podcast. I am your host, Nate, guys. Thank you so much for joining us on the last episode before the regular season. This episode was a lot of fun. I mentioned last week that we were going to talk at the Mafia regular season Rager put on by the K-Gun Report, 24/7 BUFfandemonium on the Buffalo Fanbase Podcast Network. Talked with those three guys. Talked with Ryan Thomas of Thomas Take Sports. A lot of fun. We talk anything and everything. Buffalo Bills, optimism, reasons to be excited about the season, and there's a lot of banter in between. You'll see from us and some of the folks coming up to the, podcast stand area. Just to set the scene for you, this was Saturday, started at 3 o'clock, I believe, in the afternoon. In Manchester, New York, it was at Reinvention Brewing, and went on and talked with Scott Reed first from BUFfandemonium, and we talked, and they did raffles. There was a ton of giveaways. They had a Rudy jersey they gave away. They had Mark Maddox items. Mark Maddox was actually their former Bills linebacker. Mark Maddox was there at the event because all of the donations went to charity, his Help One Foundation, which was really cool. I'm going to release the interview with Mark Maddox at some point. Ryan, Scott, Jarrod, Swank, and I got a chance to ask him some questions. So that was a lot of fun. That went on for like a half hour after most everyone left, and he got a chance to talk with us. He was super candid, super cool guy, very nice, friendly human being. I got to release that at another point because we are really on the precipice of the season starting. But it was a cool time. It was a fun time. I hope you guys can come there next year. I plan on trying to make it every single season I possibly can. But a lot of fun discussion, a lot of Bills discussion, and some raffle giveaways and stuff in between. So just entertaining Bills banter. Hope you guys enjoy it. Be sure to check us out on Sunday, very late Sunday evening. We will release our Bills recap of the Bills-Cardinals game. I want to know your predictions, whether you think the Bills are win, and I think you guys are all thinking the Bills are win, but by how much, right? So I'm glad it's in Buffalo. I think the Bills have a really good chance to do this. A team that underperformed last year, but also, you can't underrate with Kyler Murray quarterback, right? You just never know. And plus he's got weapons. So excited for that. Excited to talk to you guys after the game. Be sure to check us out on YouTube. Circling the Wagons Podcast Network, Buffalo Fanbase Podcast Network, YouTube channel, everywhere. Be sure to check us out there. So, without further ado, the regular season Rager, the 4th annual regular season Rager, last Saturday at Reinvention Brewing.
We've had a couple shows that I think are not going to happen tonight, but that's fine because we still have coming up Circling the Wagons. Does a great job, great following. Obviously a supporter of the show as we support his show. He does great things over there if you haven't.
Now, I know we chat with him on Facebook and stuff. Is he in the fantasy league as well or no?
No, not yet.
Not yet. There's a spot for him somewhere. We'll make it happen eventually.
But he's a busy guy.
He is.
We'd love to have him join us.
He's been here a few years, and I know, I've talked to him here and stuff, but he's been doing his podcast for probably 6-7 years now. And I remember...
yeah, really. I think looking at his site the other day, I think they started 2017. Yeah, so working on 7 years.
Mine started. They just
hit 25,000 followers, which is sweet.
That's crazy.
Their apps, which is good stuff. Nate of Circling the Wagons. I think we're gonna go right into. We've got a half an hour before his show starts, but that might be something we're gonna jump in pretty sooner than later. I think rather.
Hell yeah.
That's great commentary. Oh,
there he is. There he is.
There he is. Well, welcome.
How's it going, dude? Good to see you. I like that hat.
What are you drinking? The cider?
No, you're good.
How's it taste?
Believable, right? Very good. Unbelievable.
See, we've discussed that. We're drinking beer now.
I said to my girlfriend, I was like, definitely at night. I'm feeling. I don't want to have a slushie in front of me in front of the camera. I'm worried that, especially a strawberry daiquiri. I don't want to chance. Yeah, I don't want to chance that. Open myself up for criticism.
Yeah, that's what the world's about, right? We'll just sweep it off, off the shoulder here.
Yeah, if you want to take my seat, that's cool.
Come on in. Yeah, we're gonna
right now. Oh, yeah. Hey,
give me a 5 minutes. No, but Jarrod's doing counting, which, like I said, he might run out of fingers. He's going to come out shortly.
Yeah, I'll hop back on. We'll circle the wagons, right?
Yep, we're going to tell you what, we're going to circle the wagons here very shortly after we do the 50-50. And then we'll pull lots. Actually, you know what? We might as well do 11 and 15 while we're doing it. What time?
15.
Yeah, we can do Nate. Yeah,
sure.
Nate and I could do 11 through 15 when Jarrod comes out here. So we'll do 50-50. We'll pull lots 11 through 15, and then we'll get circling the wagons.
Hey, guys, it's a pleasure being here. I'll be back on. Go Bills.
Hey. Take the headphones off. I've walked away with the headphones on. And Nate, come on in, brother. Oh, no problem.
Can I back out?
Well, this paper here says you are committed for a good 45 minutes. Hey, Jarrod, you going to help him count? So I'd like to welcome Nate Auble, Circling the Wagons, to the Rager. This is the second time you've done it.
Second time. I could not come another time.
I know,
it was so much fun last year.
You set the you can't do it.
Yeah. Well, last time my wife and I were just talking about it. We came here. We were one of the first ones up. I think we might have been the first one up because we had somewhere to go. And we're like, wow, this place got busy quick. Well, I was like, well, we only stayed for an hour and a half last year. Mm-hmm. We couldn't be here for the whole time. We had a birthday party. So we actually, just so you know, we scheduled that birthday party for last night.
Around the Rager.
Around the Rager. We did. We said we got plans. We didn't tell them exactly what it was. We're like, we got plans.
They don't need to know.
Oh, yeah.
Plans are plans.
Exactly.
Plans are
Plans
so,
are plans.
Hey, Jarrod, where are you? Okay, all right. So we're going to do 50-50 here. I keep saying it. I know people are getting antsy about it.
Okay.
And then we're also going to do pull boxes 11 through 15. I can't tell you what boxes are which ones they are, but I know it's getting up towards those pretty sweet stuff. That helmet you're looking at, we do a fantasy football league, which if there's openings, we'll extend the invitation. But that's the trophy. Every year we're going to put a nameplate of the name of the winner on there. And Jarrod made it.
It looks like a Bills / Notre Dame. Oh, there it is. Okay, I see it on the other side.
And there'll be our logo on the back. Our logo will be there. The Bills logo will be on the other side.
Nice.
The winner will be able to take that home for bragging rights.
The 24/7 logo right there?
Yep.
Nice. Very cool.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, the K-Gun Report, we didn't air live on Tuesday in anticipation for the show today.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot of stuff going on. The 53-man roster, the practice squad.
Lots of Bill stuff.
Is there any surprises to you?
So a lot of things. There was a surprise. So I noticed over there that you guys have for one of the raffle prizes is a Rudy Rudiger signed jersey, which is awesome.
Yep.
Because it makes me think of one of the most important storylines, which is that of Joe Andreessen.
Buffalo Joe.
Lancaster native. Buffalo Joe. Thank you. I think that's one of the biggest stories, if not the biggest story. And I likened him a little bit to Rudy. And the reason I did is because it's a local small town guy. And first off, before I even get into that, like, how unlikely is it that an undrafted rookie makes the team? Like, it's rare. It's rare in general. The fact that he's also from the area, I mean, you're talking like, exponentially unrealistic. So, like, we hoped we were going to get it with Naaman Roosevelt a few years ago, local kid. We got a couple of UB guys, Jamarcus Ingram, talk about, guys that made the roster, good cornerback. Cam Lewis, UB guy. But Joe, I mean, that was like 4 years at a small college, played 1 year at UB, and went through the Chiefs minicamp, went through, got claimed off of waivers by the Buffalo Bills, was good enough that I don't know if he makes the roster if Matt Milano's healthy, but played his way on the roster. I mean, how can you not like this story? So it's kind of like Rudy, because like small town guy, that was a big fan of the local school sports team. and ended up playing for them one day. So I love it. Not like the real Rudy. I mean, it's a completely different story. But I said on our podcast, which is the first podcast I released on the Buffalo Fan Base Podcast Network.
Right.
And I
Welcome,
was
by
like,
the way.
Was that? Well,
Welcome,
no, thank you.
welcome.
Thank you. You guys are one of the reasons I joined. We'll talk about that later. But I was like, one of the benefits of that is that, I forget what I was talking about. Rudy. Rudy. And people are like, oh, he's nothing like that. So I checked out his height, and he's 5'6", 165 pounds. Because I'm like, oh, he's a little smaller. Joe Andreessen's like 6'1", 230, right? So like, there's no size comparison. It's just the feel, the storybook, movie, cinematic ending. Like, I'm really excited about that. So I think that's the biggest thing. What about you?
And then you see the Bills Mafia pictures of him celebrating and watching the games.
Yeah.
And then he comes out and says his favorite player is Matt Milano. It's just like oh my God, we should write a story about this. There probably will be.
Yeah.
All right. Before further ado, guys, $467 was raised for the first 50-50. So to split that in half, $233 will be going to a lucky winner. Thank you, Jules and Carrie, for walking around with that. Woo! So $233 going to the winner. Thank you all. Hey, pull a ticket.
Jeez. All right, whoever I pull owes me a beer. 881060. That's 881060.
50-50 is being called as we speak. That's the code. That's it. 881060. $233 coming your way. 467 raised. That's amazing.
What's that Mafia slushy called?
I mean, the raffles have been going off like that. People are looking at their tickets. We are drawing 50-50. The lucky ticket number is 881060. The slushy is the Bills Mafia Boozy Sushi. That's not right. Strawberry. Slushy strawberry daiquiri.
Dude, I've gotten to the age where, I drank the crappiest beer in high school and college to the point where I got older.
What was it?
And I'm like, it's time to if I like it, I'm just going to drink it, right? Like I'm not a big IPA fan, if I don't like it, I'm not drinking it. Like, right. I'm just like, I'll have a Seagram's or whatever. Like, if I like it, it tastes sweet, I'm going to drink it,
Yeah, have a couple.
It comes to a certain age when you're in your 20s, like, I can't be seen with a slushy. Like, everyone's going to make fun of me. And I'm married, I have kids.
Good.
Yeah, it tastes good.
If it tastes good, it tastes good. I don't care. 881060.
Is that you?
You son of a bitch.
Nice, awesome. Confirmation.
Very good.
Confirmation.
$233.
What's your name, sir?
Thank you very much.
For here. Mr. Bill.
Mr. Bill.
Good. You don't. Oh, wow.
Mr. Bill's donating.
That's very kind of you, Mr. Bill.
Appreciate it.
I like that.
He's retired.
Good, man.
He has nothing
Congratulations,
better to
buddy.
do.
Mr. Bill.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Woo! These girls, see, they were down in my pocket all night.
I put my last $20 for this one, guys. There should be a winner here someplace.
Well, you got them more than an arm's length. You had to look at them all.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
That's awesome.
Congratulations. That's a story in itself.
You're the man, Mr. Bill. Go Bills, Mr. Bill.
All right, we got Buffalo Spartan joining the show here. Not joining the show, but sad I can't be there. But what up, boys? This is Sparta. He's one of the super fans. The Wing Fest is actually happening now. What's up, bud? My buddy Luke there. He's a flag football guy. He's one of the kids we coach.
Oh, you coach flag football?
Oh, yeah, from Midland. Yeah, it's fun. It's an experience, let me tell you.
I can imagine.
But, Jared, we're going to do 6 through 11. So we're also going to poll, not 6 through 11, I apologize, 11 through 15. Boxes 11 through 15 for the raffle. We're going to pull that.
Man, everyone I've met here has been super friendly, super nice, super down to earth. And I think it's a combination of the nice people in the area, because my wife's from this area and you guys are obviously from the area.
Yeah.
Good people.
But have you ever seen a Liar Liar skit? Everyone's been so nice to me. It's because you're wearing Bill stuff. That's why.
I did hear you guys talking about the Cowboys, the Cowboys. So it happens. But not only that, it's Bills Mafia too. Bills Mafia is a totally different animal in general.
Oh, for sure.
So I went to UB, and so UB's like half people from Buffalo, half people from downstate. And the only thing that stinks about it is a lot of people that are from Buffalo, they commute, so they live at home. So I was from Rochester. I didn't stay with a lot of them, but one of my favorite times would be like when like break just happened. Let's say it's spring break or February break or whatever, and the downstate kids had already gone home because they were the first to go home, and the Buffalo people were back from college and they were hanging out at the bars. It was such a fun time, man. It was like a Bills tailgate every Friday, Saturday night. It was fun.
Whenever there was a bar special, right?
Yeah.
Thursdays.
The bar special being there's beer tonight if you want to buy it. We have beer.
Beer on tap.
Special. Oh my gosh. I didn't know
special.
that this fancy of a place. Jeez.
You got to go to the beer. All right. So we're doing box 11 for raffle, guys. This is, I clicked something I probably shouldn't. Oh, the Mark Maddox jersey, the blue home jersey.
I still haven't seen Mark yet. Is he here?
Right over there.
He's over there.
Kicking back, relax.
Oh, nice. And one more.
Put your hand down. Pull one out then, Jarrod.
Are you also flag football coaching, Jarrod? Nice.
Penny in out there.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so
can you believe that?
So we're rivals. We actually
rivals?
Our sons play each other week 3.
Oh no.
Yep. You're gonna
Keep it calm, gentlemen. Keep it.
Well, I know his teaching tactics, so all right, here we go. So box 11, the Mark Maddox home jersey is going to 083-7710. 083-7710. Yep, it's the door prize one, and 083-7710. Oh. So 9 people after you.
I gotta get my raffle tickets out.
Tiffany won it, 771. Oh yeah, favoritism. All right, go ahead.
Man.
That's the winner.
I didn't know it was this kind of rager.
Right.
Jeez. What do you know? Only Jordan's got to have won every single prize. What do you know?
How's that work? It's all in consecutive.
It's okay. Swank won.
Last year?
Yeah. So you were talking about surprises. Do you want to do any more raffles, or are we good for a minute?
Oh, we're going to do more, but we could talk.
Okay. So big surprises for you.
Now we hurry.
For you, like guys getting released or guys making the team. Was there something that stood out to you? Because like you said, you didn't do Tuesday, so this is your chance.
For me, the surprise was I know the Buffalo Bills have gone 5 receivers often, but the fact that they still went only 5 receivers. So a Shavers kind of off the roster was kind of iffy. And then the Shifty Kamler, who I thought he proved himself well. Obviously, they both came back to the practice squad, but I thought one of those guys was definitely going to make it. I thought they were committed to 6, but it looks like that whole double tight end kind of run the ball more often may be the situation, understanding that they only brought in 5. We'll know a different story come Sunday when we see that active roster, and there might be 6 receivers, but that was the biggest shock. I thought Shavers did enough.
Well, I was rooting for Shavers too for the same exact reason, but I was also thinking they were going to go 6 wide receivers because of the injuries. I mean, it's Curtis Samuel has a turf toe, I believe.
Yep.
And I forget what Marquez Valdez-Scantling is doing. I can't remember off the top of my head. You guys?
Yes.
Excuse me. I'd like to donate these to like the Duke Kelly or whatever foundation you guys got going on. So if anything is won throughout those tickets to a foundation or the next one or Bills Mafia or whatever.
All right. We do
That's
giveaways
nice.
on the show all the time. We'll just
Nice,
do
man.
giveaway.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you. That was very kind.
Let them know it was a Dallas fan.
It was a Dallas fan.
Right.
They're 100%.
Appreciate you.
100% cool guys so far tonight.
So far.
So far.
You got a Dallas fan right there, too. Help with the 50-50.
Dude, those Finger Lakes Mafia shirts are fire. Holy cow. My wife will not let me get any more Bills shirts at all. I am banned. She said that she probably has, I think she said for every one I buy, she gets rid of 2. She's standing right there. She's not even listening. That's okay.
No, they're always
so that one might be worth it. I might be willing to get rid of 2 other ones for that one. That's nice.
There you go.
Nice.
Just a reminder, we did find a cell phone in the bathroom. It's got a nice floral pattern to it. It's an iPhone, 76 and cloudy, high of 80. All right, we got a red Mark Maddox jersey we're going to get rid of right now. Big surprise, too, Ray Davis. I'm surprised he got cut. I thought the Bills were going to go with 4 running backs.
Ray Davis didn't get cut, did he?
Not Ray Davis.
Geez.
I'm sorry.
I was like, holy cow.
Frank Gore Jr.
Frank Gore, oh yeah.
Frank Gore Jr.
I think what it comes down to is like the Tyrell Shavers thing, the Frank Gore Jr. thing. At the end, it was like the special teams. Where could they find a special teams guy that was also going to fit in an area on the roster? So they didn't think it was Tyrell. They didn't think it was Frank Gore Jr., which PFF ranked Frank Gore Jr. as the highest ranked running back in preseason week 3.
Oh, hell yeah.
So I was like, there's a chance that he might get scooped up if he didn't make it. But
That's a surprise, too.
He didn't. He still might because he's still on the practice squad. You know, between week 1 and week 18.
Do they still have going on where they can keep people like the practice squad you can't touch?
That's a great question. I'm not the guy to ask that. I'd have to.
Me neither.
This is the part of the podcast where I look
find
up
out.
Wikipedia.
Look, yeah, when your eyes go off the camera and you just kind of wander because you're looking up Wiki.
Oh, yeah. Why don't you guys talk while I think about that?
Yep. Red Maddox jersey going for 0837675. 0837675 Red Maddox jersey. No one's going twice older than man in the Red Maddox jersey, box 12. Ticket pulled is 0837675. It's a door prize. It's a door prize ticket, just so you guys know. So don't forget to look at your door prize tickets when we pull these. All right. You're supporting the cider too? The Blue
That's a
Toad
sick
cider?
shirt too, by the way.
What's it say? Is it 8 o'clock yet?
Bleep around and find out.
All right, I was
Yes.
going to say it's 6:25. 6:26.
I'm a Bill. I like that.
Hold on, I got tickets here too. Let me see. Let's go. 083.
That's it. Winner, chicken dinner.
Keep
Thank
that
you.
ticket.
Congratulations.
All right, we got
Wow.
13. Jarrod, where are you? Next one, Jarrod. Next one. Which one we got coming?
Oops.
Jarrod, we need 13, 14, and 15. Keep your tickets out, everyone. We're pulling 13, 14, and 15.
My bad. Whoa, Rudy Rudiger. Just speaking of which, speaking of the guy, the man, the myth.
Let's talk for 14 minutes.
Rudy. Oh, whatever you want. Right here, right now.
Right here, right now.
Where else would you rather be, though?
Then right here.
Than right here,
We'll
right
give it
now.
what? 13, 14.
There's a lot of people that are, they're going to get rowdy if we don't.
We'll push it.
This is 7.
Push back.
645.
13, 14, and 15.
645 for number 45, Rudy Rudiger.
Rudy.
Hands up if you guys like that movie. Hands up. Oh, liked it.
I hate that movie.
She said, I hate that movie. What'd you hate about it? What is there to hate about that movie? Oh, okay. Well, that's fair. It's a good point. She can't stand it.
Based on a true story, inspirational.
It's so annoying. What was the annoying part about it? The fact that
It was about. It was about hope.
Oh yeah, I can see why that. Yeah, that's fair.
It's about
That's
hope,
fair.
and she's a Cowboys fan. So.
It's about hoping she's a Cowboys fan.
So.
Oh, okay. She liked it the first time. Yeah, that's fair.
So we talked about it, our own Rudy situation.
Our own
Joe.
Our
Buffalo
own
Joe.
Rudy. Yes.
So he's a linebacker. We know the Buffalo Bills have brought in linebackers in the past, like Bernard last year had no idea that he'd be linebacker number 1.
Nope.
Week 1 comes out and he lights out. Joe's not going to be a starter.
No.
But do you think he'll get any kind of significant time? Do you think he is?
Well,
obviously he's a work in progress, but
I mean, the way I think his goal right now is probably going to be inactive most weeks, unless they have more injuries or whatever. I think he's a developmental guy that they knew that if they put him on waivers. Oh, there it is. Is that yours? Nice.
we
We only
iPhone.
charge half the bar to that to your phone if that's okay.
Yeah, Apple Pay was on there. Apple Pay was open, so we just opened the tab. All right.
See, I keep telling you, good people here. So what were we talking about? Oh yeah. So I think they knew if they put Joe on waivers, he would have been claimed by somebody.
Yep.
So they already had a weak linebacker depth to begin. Yeah, Buffalo Joe. And I like when people walk by and just yell stuff. That's fun. It's fun.
Yeah.
I like it. You got to come over. You can. Maybe I can get my son over to talk. But yeah, I think if they subjected him to waivers, he would have been picked up by one team or another, and they would have regretted it. But I hope he doesn't start because he's not really ready yet. He will be. I think he'll get there, and I think he'll be good depth. But right now, I think it's good insurance, good break glass in case. But hopefully, you never have to break the glass. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, there's a lot that he has to work on, and it's clear on film. But when he shines, he shines, and that.
Hey, sweetie. That's my little girl. How you doing? Oh, did you just stick your tongue out at me?
Did we get that on camera?
Oh, my goodness.
Uh-oh.
I thought she was coming to give me a hug. Nope.
But I'm kind of curious, and because Bills fans, when they catch on something, they chant it.
Yeah.
Is he gonna get, like, if he gets some significant play time, or if he even runs on the field, where there be like a Rudy chant or a Joe chant?
Oh yeah.
Because
Buffalo
of this-
Joe,
yeah.
Buffalo Joe, right? It's got to be the chant. No, like I've actually thought about getting a Joe Andreessen jersey because of how cool of a story it is. I mean, it supersedes, like there's so many storylines that go throughout the year, some big ones, some small ones. How many of them are good? How many of them are bad? This is one good one. And this is so good. I mean, it was on Good Morning Football. It was on national TV. So it was, see, just yelling. I love it. Dude,
you got 4 arm lengths of tickets too. So
he's like, I'm winning this next one, dude. I'm trying not to swear on this one, so
you can swear.
That's
all
okay.
right. Kid, right?
It's a family event. My family's here. I can't swear. If this was my podcast, I'd be able to do it. So, but no, I think that's one of the biggest things, you know, that so one of the things, speaking of big stories, people on the team, Damar Hamlin makes the roster. A lot of people are like, why he's not that good. Like people are really ragging on him. And I think what it comes down to is injuries again, kind of like the Joe Andreessen thing. The safeties have been injured almost all preseason. And then he just knows the system better than anyone else. He's been in here longest. He's on a rookie contract. Listen, like, I don't think he's going to start. Hopefully he doesn't have to, but like, he's got depth, you know, but he's one of those good stories where it's like, if you're a Bills fan, and I've talked to like Bills fans out of the country, and they're like, they sent me news articles where it's like, he's on the front page, Damar Hamlin. Like last year in the season, like makes the team. It's a big story. Found in the grass. Oh, we have a cell phone up here with a coach case for this cell phone. It's nice and glittery on the back side of it.
Another iPhone.
I say,
It's got, like a rainbow color, not rainbow, but like pastel colors, shiny. There you go. Check your iPhones.
You take your iPhones, yeah. So, I mean, there was what I'm trying to think of any other big surprise. It was the 5 wide receivers instead of 6 wide receivers.
Yep.
I was a little surprised they cut Daquan Hardy, the cornerback, the draft pick. But out of the 10 draft picks, which is the most I think they've ever had in recent memory, they only got rid of like 2 so far in this draft class. Is that yours? Yeah, cool. Glad we found it. I didn't say that we charged half the bar to her.
No, it wasn't up here long enough. But yeah, they got rid of Daquan Hardy. He's on the practice squad.
Yes.
But they went to the Jets and they traded a pick for his position.
Yeah.
It's this whole kickoff thing, I think.
Yeah. And you could see it, like they haven't had a good kickoff returner since Andre. Why do I always forget his last name?
Roberts.
Robert, thank you. Andre Roberts was the best returner. Nyheim Hines was good, but I mean, we didn't get hardly any of him. You know, we had like half a season, maybe a full season of him. So
one big game.
I got to ask you this, like, as far as the Bills season goes, outlook wise, are you optimistic or pessimistic or somewhere in between on how you think they finish this year based on what you've been paying attention to off-season, preseason, training camp, all that stuff?
I've always been an optimistic Bills fan, but I'm going offensively. I think they're better. And
better. Okay.
Anytime you have Josh Allen under the helm, and Bills fans will tell you, preach this all the time, as long as 17 is back there taking the snaps, we're okay. But the talent around him, I honestly think we're a little better. Diggs' fall off last year, I don't think it was just a scheme thing. I think it was a Diggs thing. So bringing in that rookie, bringing in Curtis Samuel, I think we are better. Defensively is where I'm skeptical. A lot of talent there, a lot of raw talent. It's not that hard of a defensive scheme to understand. We drop 2 back in the zone. Don't let anybody behind you. But it's the linebacker injury with Milano. It's the question at can our defensive line create pressure? So
it's not having Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer for the first time in 6-7 years.
Yes. And that leadership alone. I mean, those guys did it with their eyes closed. And now we've brought in a rookie in Cole Bishop to try to take over that role. He's bigger, faster, stronger, but can he get the concept? And if he can pick that up quick, I think we'll be okay. But there's just a lot of question marks, along with Bobby Babick,
along with the new defensive coordinator,
who was just given the okay to call the plays. I know we've always known that he was going to be the defensive coordinator, but it was just posted, I think, last week. He's officially calling the defense.
Is he really? Okay.
Yeah, so there's that. He's been in the system. He's come up through the system. You can wiki or whatever you want, and he's been a coach for 20 years, even though he only looks 21 years old. But he's someone that for sure, when things get hard, it'll be interesting to see will he blitz more?
Yeah.
Will he play soft, which we all have seen in 13 seconds and all that stuff. We don't want to see that kind of play call being done in big key moments of football. Yeah. So he'll be tested, I think, a lot on that because us Bills fans have suffered because of that.
Yeah. You know, if I was to, so where would you rank? So let's look at defensive coordinators. Last year's Sean McDermott versus the 3 or 4 or 5 years of Leslie Frazier. Who would you choose if you had to choose between McDermott's last year and Leslie Frazier's tenure before that? Which one do you pick?
That's tough. I like McDermott.
Like McDermott, right?
Yeah, I do.
He did more with less, in my opinion.
Yep.
Like, I mean, injuries-wise, he was aggressive. Leslie Frazier was so much less. I feel like he was less risk-prone, you know? So what I like about that is I think, if I had to guess, Bobby Babich is more of a Sean McDermott type than a Leslie Frazier type.
Right.
So that makes me feel better. I'm hoping he's not too aggressive. I have no idea. He's only been a positional coach, right? So we'll see, but I'm excited about that. I think he's been under the helm of Sean McDermott long enough that Sean McDermott would only give him play calling duty if he felt comfortable with it. Right. If he's like, and Sean McDermott's comfort is like, would he do the same thing I would do? Exactly. It's not like, is he going to be a wild, is he going to do his own thing? Is he going to be, is he going to go off script? No, he's going to do what I think he's going to do and maybe just a little of his own. So,
Frazier was one of those defensive coordinators that seemed to stick to his game plan regardless of what was happening. Did not seem like there was a lot of adjustments. And I know it's a small sample size, but there was that game when McDermott came in, coached the rest of the game, and they shut the rest of the team out. That's a very small sample size, like I said. Where Frazier had already had his mold set, Babick is moldable. And like you said, he came up through McDermott for a while, position coach, now defensive coordinator. He understands the players. That's the big thing, because he's also one of those guys that asks, what do you guys do?
Yeah.
And so that's a big thing. And being a moldable coach under McDermott, you might not have to see McDermott come in. He may interfere once or twice.
Oh, yeah.
But he won't take full control, I don't think.
I think, and I don't think he'll do it live. Like, he won't give him criticism live. It'll be like notes next week, like they do for, anything like, hey, like here, this is what I would have done, versus this. It worked out all right, or it didn't work, and this is, how it did. So, yeah. Can I tell you one of the reasons why? I can give you a couple reasons why I'm pessimistic, but one big reason why I'm really optimistic for this Buffalo Bills season this year. You mentioned number 17 being under center. And one thing I've come to like the conclusion of over time, over this preseason and off season, is that Josh has a lot to prove this season. This more than any other season, besides him just trying to win the role in general, is that he's got to do it without a top 10 wide receiver for the first time ever. So that's, and that if Josh Allen truly wanted Stephon Diggs on the team, he'd still be here. Exactly. So I'm not saying that Josh Allen wanted him off, Diggs off the team, but he didn't necessarily, if they came to him, are you guys taking off? Bye. Bye. Love you.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah. Just some random fans. I'm just talking to some random fans.
Love you.
Some random BUFfandemonium folks. Love you. Bye.
Well,
sweet dreams.
We're raising them right?
Yeah, exactly.
You're along the same lines as us. We're fan first perspective, love the Bills, but want to raise our kids the right way.
Oh, yeah.
Have them be Bills fans.
Yeah, have them be Bills fans. Dude, I'm trying my darndest, man. My son's fighting me a little bit. He's not a fan of anything else, but he's still young. It's hard for them to watch a full game until they're probably 8, 9, 10 years old.
Right.
So I'm working on it. But so with Josh specifically, he could have kept Diggs here if he wanted to, or said to being like, you better keep him here or else. So given that understanding, given the fact that normally when Josh comes into training camp, he's mentioned this on podcasts, so I'm not breaking any news, but he comes in a little bit puffier, a little bit not like he's been training crazy hard the entire offseason.
Right.
And he's mentioned so much: beers, wings, pizza, whatever.
Yep.
When you're 22 through 27, easy to do that. You spend the next couple of months working out, finally looking at a diet. Exactly. 25 pounds, in the first couple months, right? Not even trying. He's a little bit older now. Mm-hmm. He's got a little bit more to worry about. Like we mentioned, the Diggs thing. He came in looking good. Yep. Looking like a guy who was more focused than he's ever been in the off season. So I think he came in with his attitude of, we're going to do this as a team, and I'm going to put the team on my back, because whenever he had Diggs, the elder veteran, the guy who had succeeded before Josh Allen was even in the league, I think there was a lot of relying on him as a partial thing, but like, hey, when you remove one of the managers from your office or your job or whatever, and then you have to step up, then it becomes your team, your crew. And this is Josh's crew, because besides like maybe Deion Dawkins, there's no one on that offense that has had more success than him and has done as well in their career as he has. He is the alpha dog.
Oh yeah. And I know you're going to the previous 7. People mentioned the previous 7. Now he's got the back 7 where it's all on him. And I think just these, they're not subtle, but just these big changes in his life in the last year or so. I'm not going to speak on relationships, but he travels a lot more. It seems like he's more happy where he is now. And he's mentioned they eat all the time. So he's got to be self-conscious about what he eats, what he puts in his body, and how he takes care of himself. But with that, and then, we okay over there? There's a fire? I saw flames. But with this
Rager is fire.
No veteran wide receivers. And then you hear about him bringing in these guys that they brought in for free agency to his house to acclimate them, to tell them probably the personal stuff rather than just these are the plays, we're going to go out and throw the ball. And that is big-time leadership. That's how you stay in the league for 14 years, and that's how you are able – I mean, we know Josh Allen makes people better. When he first came in the league, we had no wide receivers. Made them better. With him being more mature and older now, I see that being an easier task for him than in the past.
Yeah, when he was young, you're talking like second or third year, he was giving career seasons to John Brown, guy who had been to three or so different teams. Cole Beasley, same thing, career seasons.
Yep.
He brings out the best in these players. So he's just got to do it with guys that don't have as much name recognition. Not that Khalil Shakir can't be as good as Stephon Diggs. We don't know that. But if there is a ceiling for it, Josh will help him find it.
Well, he gave Shakir a better 8 weeks in the latter half of the season last year than Diggs did.
Yep. So I don't know if you heard this. Eric Wood on his podcast was talking to Chris Brown, and they mentioned that one of the big differences between Josh this year and last year is that, like, so I think it was like Marquez Valdez-Scantling scored a touchdown in preseason. But when Josh went to go, celebrate with his teammates, he went to the wide receiver that was used to clear out space for Marquez. So this is more of a, instead of a, hey, run this route, get open, it's more of a clear out to make space for one or two guys, right? So it's a less like me, or like you're going to get all the yardage today, like maybe Dorsey was dealing with Diggs in that first half of the season. Then it is like, this is a team. We're all going to eat. Maybe some of us are going to eat a little more than others, but we're all going to get our targets eventually throughout the season. Instead of like, dude, I need my 10 targets.
No, it's all about the setup.
It's all about the setup, exactly.
And we all know running sets up passing, play action sets up the pass. But the route runners, I'm going to pull this guy off, drop the safety so the guy over the top is open. And if you can communicate, I mean, everybody, the NFL knows that. Players know that. Mm-hmm. But if you live by it and you are more focused on the setup rather than the actual play being run, you'll be a lot more successful.
Oh, yeah.
Easily.
Absolutely. So, like, I don't look at Keon Coleman as, like, a downgrade from Stephon Diggs, as I look at him as an upgrade over Gabe Davis.
Right.
So I don't look at – so then if you look at that and then you look at Khalil Shakir, and everything added on top of it, maybe we don't have a Stephon Diggs necessarily. But, I mean, let's be honest, the last 8 weeks or 6 weeks of the season, we didn't really have a Stephon Diggs either, including the last game against the Chiefs. So yeah, I'm excited. The reasons I'm optimistic, the reasons I'm pessimistic, if I'm going to go into that like just a little bit, is because of what you already mentioned it, the defense, safeties, and it's mostly it's an overarching theme of injuries. Wow. Injuries are, if there's something that kept the Bills back in the tail end of last season, I mean, the Chiefs game, they lost 24-21. Yep. They win that game if Matt Milano's on the field, if Terrell Bernard's on the field, Christian Benford's on the field. I mean, you could go.
AJ Klein was a starter.
AJ Klein.
Nothing against him.
No.
Good fill linebacker, but when he's your starting guy and you're depending on him covering Kelsey or getting into his own fast, it wasn't happening. No, exactly. And I think he was even injured from the week before playing against the Steelers. I mean, we lost so many guys that week against the Steelers, and it just, if that wasn't the case, I mean, the Bills put up a great, like 21 points against arguably one of the best defenses in the NFL. So it wasn't, the offense that was holding him back. Injuries are my biggest concern. Otherwise, it's just kind of like you said, like a lot of new guys on defense specifically. Like you said, they're just new to the scheme. I think
one thing that we have to prepare for with this new safety duo, whoever they are. Cole Bishop, like you said, bigger, stronger, faster than we had in Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer.
Yep.
It just takes a while to learn the system. I mean, they rely a lot on their safeties. The safeties have to know a lot of what's going on to the quarterback in the back half, maybe in the middle half, depending on what's going on. So they're really important. It's just tough, to do. I mean, I like Taylor Rapp. I don't love Taylor Rapp. I think he's going to do well, but he's not Micah Hyde, Jordan Poyer.
No, he definitely isn't.
So I think we expect a few more deep passes than we're used to this season. Where'd that come from?
Well, that's the thing. In a league now where speed is starting to kill more often, you don't want those two high safeties getting beat, and that's what you're worried about. You want them to still make the presence in the box, but you don't want them to get caught there because, we play Tyreek Hill and Waddle twice a year. Garrett Wilson's still doing his thing. We've got the Texans offense who's going to be very potent. You have to not let anybody get over the top. And with two new safeties, it's
possible. I mean, there were points in the preseason in watching, the safeties. Like I think that first game, which was, I can't even remember who was against at this point. Bears. And the safeties looked lost on a few of those plays, and they had big chunks. And we're not used to a lot of big chunk plays. And by the way, and that shouldn't even take away from Caleb Williams. I mean, he looks good.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we kind of knew he was probably going to be good.
A little bit of a drama queen, but
a little bit. Oh yeah. But dude, if you're good, you can be a drama queen. It's only when you're not that people are just like, "What is going on with you, dude?" Yeah. You can already see why they chose him over Justin Fields. I mean, it's like night and day. But so I think we need to worry about that. I think they'll figure out the scheme. It just stinks that the first half of the season, when we don't have Milano, when everyone's still learning the scheme, we have a new defensive coordinator still figuring everything out. The hardest part of our schedule is the first half of the season, which is what's unfortunate of it, because it gets a lot easier in the second half.
Yep.
I wouldn't say a lot easier. It's just easier in the second half. So that's when you want those things to happen.
Well, we're playing all over the place too. We got 2 1:00 games in that first half. Monday night games, Thursday. I think we have 3 primetime games in 4-week spread. And that's a lot. That's travel. That's a lot. So you hope you can get on top of the winning side of that to where when you go into the quote unquote easier half of the season, you're running on all 4 cylinders and you're able to win some games.
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, there's lots of reasons to be excited. Like I talked to my mom yesterday. My mom's a big Bills fan, and she's just like, what do you think about this season? And I'm like, I don't think it's going to be as bad as some people think it is. And I think overly, Bills Mafia, I think, is pretty optimistic. They're not down in the dumps. They're not like this is going to be the best season ever, but I think they're excited, and there's a lot of things to be excited about. And so I think this is one of them. I mean, Josh, I think we're going to see a different Josh than we've seen before in a good way. And then just imagine, a season or 2 from now when you really get them even more weapons. I mean, Dalton Kincaid, I think, is going to be a huge factor. We always think of 5 wide receivers, right?
Yep.
I mean, you got to figure two of their top 4 maybe 5 wide receivers are tight ends.
Yep.
At least one of their top 2 is a tight end. So, you have that going for you. So, Frank Gore Jr., though. So we're talking about Frank Gore Jr. I'm excited about that. I'm glad they got him on the practice squad. We were talking about.
I'm hoping there's still that clause saying that you can't tamper with any 3 or 4 of the players on your practice squad. Because if that's the case, that's a perfect scenario that Buffalo Bills have put themselves in.
Oh yeah, especially because running backs get injured all the time. Easily someone could pull up Frank Gore Jr.
And the Bills don't pay for running backs. I mean, I was a fan of Singletary. I don't know if you were a fan of Singletary, but you can kind of tell that the Bean scheme is get your running back on a rookie deal. If he's not going to be able to be kept for cheap, we can always draft in the 3rd round and get someone that could replace him.
Absolutely.
And running backs used to be $16 million running backs. Now you're spending 4 or 5, and that's a steady pace.
Oh yeah, it was so common for 1,500-yard running backs. We haven't had one since 2000 something. I can't remember. It's been a while since we have a 1,500-yard running back.
1,500. That's quite.
Yeah. So I think they used James Cook more than they wanted to last year at the tail end of last year, with injuries and stuff like that. I think they'd like to go with a 2, maybe 3-headed approach whenever they can. So yeah, I mean, Ray Davis will fit into that. If one of those guys, Ty Johnson, Ray Davis gets injured, I mean, Frank Gore Jr. will be the first guy called up, which is exciting. I like him. It's hard not to like him.
So in my mind, you got to put a handcuff on him. You got to handcuff him kind of a little bit, make sure no one can get him.
Yeah. I mean, how crazy would it be though if Josh hands off to Frank Gore Jr., same number 20, right?
Yep.
In the regular season. I mean, that's kind of like its own little Rudy cinematic storyline.
Got a bunch of Rudy stories.
Yeah, he was just a Rudy. Yeah, that's why it's so easy to like this team, man. Like, we don't have any convicts. We don't have any, like, there's a lot of guys that, are likable on
No
our
one
team.
breaking the law and hiding away like
Yeah.
geez,
Man. And gets like a slap on the hand from the league. Yeah, no one cares.
No one cares.
You mean like half the Chiefs team and coaching staff?
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
That's okay.
But no,
whatever.
A lot of fun stories to root for. So we
Yeah,
are at
50-50.
the 651 mark. We're going to call box 13. It's the Rudiger jersey.
Rudy.
Pull out your
Rudy.
raffle tickets. We got a Rudy jersey we're giving away here. Ticket. We're going to shake it. Jarrod, if you're around, we need 14 and 15. Box 14 and 15 are coming up after this 13. Obviously, that's the way it works.
These are cool. If you guys haven't gotten these Finger Lakes Mafia stickers, man, they're worth it. They're free, right? Because I took a bunch of.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause I didn't pay for any of them. No.
Everything up there.
That is a cool shirt, by the way, man. I love that. That Bills. That is
You get
sweet.
a lot of comments on it. It's the chicken wing buffalo.
The chicken wing
charging.
buffalo with the celery stick and the blue cheese coming off. That's sick.
That's crazy. All right. Rudy jersey, box 13, 888-052. 888-052.
Yes.
Rudy.
There's a happy camper right there.
Is your name Rudy also? No. Sorry. Disappointed. It's okay.
We got 888-05. There it is.
Verified winner.
Congratulations. Let's see here. Yep, it's got that.
It's a post-it note that says, "Just trust me, bro." Sources, just trust me.
Look it up, man.
Ooh, look at this.
Which
What do we
one's
have
this?
next? Oh, the Bud Light beer cooler. Oh man.
The Bud Light bundle. We have a nice Buffalo Bills Bud Light official beer sponsor cooler.
Can you get that in front of the camera? Like, that is sick. That is awesome.
Very nice.
And it's got bottle openers on that side, like you said.
Hold this.
Hold this. Yeah. Show me. Oh wow.
Got a little spring tray for ice there.
Wow. Looks like it could teleport you. Is there LED lights on the inside of that
LED
too?
lights. Yeah.
Wow.
If you don't have the winning ticket to the door prize, it can tell you what numbers are going to win already. It tells the future. And we got a Bud Lights NFL. Looks like a little, what do they call these kind of
It's like from
bags?
Star Trek. It's awesome.
A little bag. So it's a bundle.
It's a bundle.
We'll pull this one. Get your tags out. Box 14.
Box 14, the Bud Light bundle.
Bud Light bundle.
Bud Light, real man of genius. Is that Bud Light or is that blue? Okay.
I can't remember. 0837-647. 0837-647. Real man of genius.
What was one of them? It was like the roly cooler guy. Like
only you could do this, so it's all rolling cooler guy. Yeah.
Really cool.
All right, the Bud Light bundle package 0837-647.
Whoa.
Swank stumbling in here. Stumbling, rumbling, swank, fumbling. Oh,
wow,
there you go.
she won.
0837-647. Oh, nice. There you go. You keep that because that still gets you to the door prize. It's this and that. Thank you.
Thank you for being a part of it. Congratulations. Woo!
Yes.
Oh, what?
Daryl Talley jersey with a Spider-Man arm.
I kind of feel
Oh my
like
gosh.
is it just taped? Can you take it out?
The Spider-Man arm?
Just to show everybody. You sewed the jersey.
Jared sewed it.
You sewed it?
No, I think it's still sealed.
I mean, you got to show that in front of the camera too. That's pretty.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
Just trust us.
Just put faith in us.
Yeah, there's
But
Spider-Man
that's
things.
how you know it's
Well, we
authentic,
can't
right?
see them, Jared.
Does it come with a
Just
JSA
trust
or
me, bro.
something? Just
There's
trust me.
Spider.
John Johns and Lisa
Oh,
Passiano.
What are you
Jared.
Yeah, great job.
Is Jared the squeak of the show?
No.
Okay, good.
John Johns couldn't be there, but we're there in spirit.
How come you guys couldn't get up on Swank? He's the one that's not the twin.
Hi,
That's
Johns
right.
family.
I know. He's got to.
Swank.
Stronger
I know.
on the
Swank. The Johns are joining us live stream.
Oh, that's nice.
All right.
Show
I
that in
got
front of the
my
camera,
thing,
or one of us.
Wow. This one out.
Look at the Spider-Man arms.
Spider-Man,
Nice.
Spider-Man.
Gerald Talley
Spider-
jersey,
No,
the
Jerry-
best one.
And I don't know if anybody that does the authenticity, the autographs, people write their names and their number, and if they write another inscription, if you're looking at worth and value, that increases the price of it, makes it a lot more. He actually wrote Spider-Man on it.
That's awesome.
It looks like he wrote Batman, so I think this is actually more rare.
I know it's more.
It's yeah, we can find a card with the wrong name on it.
Yeah.
All right, Spider-Man, Daryl Talley, spin that wheel.
What do you got?
0837719.
Oh man, this dude, man, this kid has been standing here waiting all day.
He'll be
And
waiting.
it killed my little heart to see him be like, God damn, he's God.
0837719. Daryl Talley, Spidey Man.
You got it?
Oh, no.
He's
Oh, I heard
going
some
for a
cheering.
drink.
Sounds like-
Somebody's got it. Oh!
That's all right. There we go.
Yeah, there you go. 0837719. There you go.
Nice.
Keep that tag.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
It's right there.
There you go. That's yours. Congratulations.
You
Oh,
wanna do
what is
one?
that?
Let's do it.
You go.
Door
All right,
prize.
I like it.
Yes.
I like it. I like it.
That chair's going up. Anybody need a chair?
Who needs a chair?
Camp chair. Who can't use a good camp
Hey,
chair?
Josh Allen, mini
Oh.
Josh Allen.
Backpack.
Hey,
And a
grab
backpack?
that kid. Hey, could you demonstrate this chair for us really fast? Just sit in it.
Sitting
Make sure that it works right. Thank you. And what do you say? Is it good or no? Good
Yeah.
chair? All right. It's a good
If it
chair.
holds a kid, it'll hold you.
Right.
Guaranteed.
Not me.
Sources, trust me, bro.
Thanks, Josh.
You will.
Appreciate you.
Trust me, bro. Brought to you by
80-pound limit. All right.
0837709. 0837709.
Yeah.
Backpack in the chair.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping the kid would win so I wouldn't get tested on the weight. Like,
Nice.
And it's broken.
I guess we got to give him your
Josh.
fantasy football helmet
Hey,
now. I mean,
Josh,
geez.
come How many wins are the Buffalo Bills going to have this year?
I don't know.
Good answer. Good answer.
Out of 17 games.
Over, under, I don't know.
15.
15.
15?
15.
I think 15 is a good answer. It's
Ooh, I
good
like
enough
that.
to win yourself a FLX Mafia shirt. Go
Ooh.
right over there, Mini Josh, and talk to that blonde girl and tell her, Shaston, he won an FLX Mafia shirt. Yeah. That's what you get for demonstrating prizes here at the regular season Rager.
FLX Mafia shirts are amazing, by the way. I know I've said this before. Now that my wife's gone, she took the kids, I'm getting one.
He wants the 24/7 Buff Pandemonium.
Sure, you can have
Give
whatever
it.
you want, buddy. Just not that Josh Allen signed jersey.
Oh, he's doing a gritty.
Nice.
Oh, he's doing the gritty?
Nice.
Got to get that back now. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's good.
I've never had anybody do the gritty.
Every time I go to the elementary school where my son goes, it's just gritty after gritty after gritty after gritty. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to try this at home. I gotta get good at this too. I don't, but
Well, you
You
gotta
practice it by yourself?
that's the only way to practice it. You're going to practice it in front of people? I mean,
Depends.
Especially kids, no way.
I can't dance to begin with, so it's not going to go well.
So mini helmet. Maddox, did I say Maddox already?
Yep.
Mini helmet? Yes. Josh Allen jersey and
The Knox Mini.
Knoxville. So those are big ones.
What?
Wait, guys, give it up if you want that Josh Allen jersey. Josh Allen jersey.
Jerry, come back here for a second.
And this one's actually signed by Josh Allen, too, unlike the other ones we gave away. So,
Guys,
Actually, this-
really quick, we have one more round of raffles to do. So I'm going to hand the microphone to my friend Jarrod Reed, part of the K-Gun Report, 24/7 Buff Fandemonium. You haven't seen him if you're on the live stream. With the 1,658 people that are watching right now, that is nutty. But he's going to hold the microphone really close to his face, and he's going to tell you what we have left to raffle off. Ladies and gentlemen, I want a big pop, a big cheer for Mr. Jerry Reed.
Hey.
Is this thing on?
Is this thing on?
So we have 4 minis left. We have the Greg Russo mini with a tin that's signed, Mark Maddox mini that's a custom make, and then we have a Dawson Knox mini helmet left with a tin, and then Josh Allen jersey. Actually, and I forgot one. We have a Don Beebe Eclipse mini as well. So
Nice.
the big items are
Or maybe
left.
you got
If you
some
want to
cool
get in,
stuff
get
that
them.
you forgot
Get them.
Get in and get them.
Go get them. My sister Shaston's
No,
going to
all
help
good.
you out right over there. She's got the
Woo.
FLX Mafia shirt on. She's got some tattoos. She's got some lipstick. She's got blonde hair. Look at her. She's got her front shirt
No,
tucked
seriously.
into her
Everyone
pants.
stare at her and point. There she is. Hi. Give me your money. That's what it's all about.
I think she,
Give Mark your money is what it is.
Yeah.
The Help One Foundation, really. 1661. Jesus, man. Look at RT just putting his hand on this helmet right now.
And we gotta watch what we're saying. If kids are watching.
kids are watching, yeah.
RT, get your hand off your helmet.
I
Kids
know,
are watching.
geez, I know. This is a family show. All right? Give it another hour. What is it, 7:01? Give it another half hour, and then it can be whatever you
It's
want.
Whatever you want it to be.
So our kids don't go to bed till 9. It's okay. It's fine. So what are we going to talk about? We just talked about surprises on the 53-man roster, practice squad, but we were also talking regular season in general. Swank, and you might have covered this earlier, but like optimistic, pessimistic in the middle of the Bills season compared to other seasons.
Josh Allen era seasons. I'm assuming
era seasons. Nice.
This Josh Allen era. I'll tell you, man, and I don't know if you feel like this, but like I've consistently just been like an optimistic Bills fan my whole life. I feel like that's the only one you can be. But I think to me, I'm very excited because I think we're finally like where we want to be in that sweet spot where like the media is downplaying us. We have the most overrated quarterback in the NFL. And we have this lot of wide receivers, which we don't have a true number one. We don't have a Stephon Diggs, but we have this Curtis Samuel. We have this Keon Coleman. We have Shakir. We have like these dudes that seem to be something. And the place to go when you have a little bit of something and you want to accentuate it is Buffalo. Like, and I feel like that's been the case ever since McDermott and Josh Allen rolled into town. So I'm very excited for this season. And I don't know if it's weird, and I don't know if you feel like this, but like I say it on the K-Gun, Diggs was great for Buffalo. Diggs was one of my favorite players when he was here, and he was an amazing player. But also, I think it's true that it was probably time for him to move on. I think like the narrative and everything that was coming out of Buffalo, it was just too much. And I think it's okay that he's moved on and that we have some fresh blood to like kind of circle through. So I'm excited for Curtis Samuel. I'm excited for all these wide receivers, Dalton Kincaid, James Cook out of the backfield and all this stuff. I think, I don't know. I don't really see it being less. Like I see it being the same.
So a lot of things there. I think you hit it's funny. I feel like Stephon Diggs was a stepping stone so that Josh Allen could get to the next level, right? Like training wheels almost. Yeah. And he helped him get there. And then comes a point where it's like, if you're not helping your quarterback get that much further, like maybe you don't need him, or maybe if you're not benefiting in a completely positive way, then I think they found out why keep him. And they found out that they could win when he wasn't really involved. So when people say, well, the Bills have a lot of, new faces, I'm like, that's not a bad thing.
No,
that's not a bad thing at all, because let's say you mentioned Curtis Samuel. Let's say Curtis Samuel is this year's John Brown, right?
Yeah.
Bounced around for a couple teams and then has his best season ever as a Bill under Joe Brady, which was the offensive coordinator he had the most success with in his career. And so there's a lot of things to like. I mean, I was scrolling through my Twitter feed and I saw that someone had mentioned Curtis Samuel was like, he would have been a 1,500-yard receiver if he had a halfway decent quarterback in Carolina. And they were showing all these plays where he beat his guy going deep because he's a speedster, and like the ball was thrown by Teddy Bridgewater or whoever was there at that time, and it was just like a jump ball when it easily could have. I mean, if that's Josh throwing the ball, he's leading him for sure. So I think there's a lot of reasons to be excited. In fact, like you said, the fact that they're doubting him is just fueling him even more. That's not. And so conspiracy theories, I don't know if you like conspiracy theories at all.
I like to listen to them.
I don't
know if I like to believe in them unless it benefits my argument.
Yeah, exactly. Isn't that the whole point of conspiracy theories?
Yeah.
I only like it if it makes me sound smart.
Yeah.
Like that's what I like. So conspiracy theory, Brandon Beane has someone within the organization plant that rumor so it gets back to Josh Allen. Like that would be great. Bulletin board material, man. Everyone doesn't believe in you.
Ooh.
They think you're overrated, that you can't do it this season. You don't have a top 10 wide receiver like normal. Let's see if you can do it. He's like, okay, all right.
Dude,
well, there's only two ways you can take that. Either maybe they're right, or screw it, I'm going to show you.
It's like NFL, like Inception, like where he plants it and then he like does a press conference where he's like, I mean, executive can mean a lot of things, right? Like, I mean, who is this guy? And it's him.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's amazing.
Josh Allen's asleep on the plane and they're going deeper and deeper. They're 4 or 5 dreams in. Brandon Beane has been into the dream for 58 years, and then they finally come back to the 2024 season.
He's just spinning a football on the table.
Am I the only idiot that watched that top spin? I'm like, I think I see
it's wobbling, dude.
I think it's you.
I'm absolutely right there with you. So that's a movie. It's a good movie.
But I think that I think it's good that they, like you said, that they have less expectations than they've ever had. They're not Super Bowl favorites, and the national media is so fickle. Unless you're Patrick Mahomes and you've won 3 Super Bowls in the last 5 years or whatever, like they're gonna go to whatever the next hottest thing. This year it's Houston. Could be anyone else next year. The Bills were it a couple years ago, but think about like last year at this point, we're like, who's going to play linebacker? Terrell Bernard was coming off an injured preseason. We're like, how's he going to do a middle linebacker? He's not going to be as good as Tremaine Edmonds. Better than Tremaine Edmonds.
Yeah, by like week 3, better. Right.
Absolutely. Yeah. Spencer Brown was a big concern.
Yep.
He ends up being almost a Pro Bowl right tackle.
Yep.
Right. So much to the point where we think he might price himself out of Buffalo next season. That's how good he's playing, which is what you want.
Yeah.
And so like you look at these seasons, it's just so fickle. It's so weird for us to realize that if you actually have a quarterback, you don't need your defense to play lights out every single game, which is what we were used to for 20 years in the drought era.
Absolutely.
Like, the defense isn't amazing. There's no way we're going to win this one.
Yeah. It was that year of Madden where there's like defense wins championships. Like, and we're like, yeah, absolutely. It could. Our defense could. But the reality is, like, if you have Josh Allen, you're always in it. Josh Allen has made wide receivers' careers. John Brown was a great average wide receiver. I think like that's like kind of like a Bills fan thing where like John Brown comes here, we want him to be good. Then he's good, and we're like, yeah, he was good. But really, was he like all that good, or was it the scheme and Josh Allen and the opportunities he got? And to me, it's like him, yes. Cole Beasley, same thing to me. I loved Cole Beasley. Like as a player, I hate Dallas. I loved Cole Beasley. He came to Buffalo, career season. Same thing as John Brown. It's just, to me, the common factor is Josh Allen. When Stephon Diggs came to town, they had a great relationship. They had a great hookup for 3 years, and then it didn't happen like for half a season. And a lot of people were saying it's Stephon Diggs made Josh Allen. I think if you're looking at it before Diggs rolled into town, there's no way you say that. Like Josh Allen made a lot of wide receivers' careers before they were anything and before Stephon Diggs. So I just think there's a short-term memory effect that happens with Bills Mafia and the national media. I think you got to believe in what he can do. And when he's your quarterback, like I said, man, like you always have a chance. Curtis Samuel's always been on that little ledge where it's like if he had his good quarterback, man, he can make it.
I think Curtis Samuel is this year's John Brown.
Yes.
Career season, like you said. I mean, but that's not, like you mentioned, Cole Beasley, John Brown, Stephon Diggs, all had career seasons with Josh Allen as their quarterback when they played with multiple different quarterbacks. So, do you say he wasn't going to be a Bills fan? Spank him in the parking lot. Is that still legal?
That's not even your kid, man.
That's not even his kid. Well, then definitely don't, unless you get permission to spank him. I'm just kidding. So, I have to be like, it's not. I never spank my kids. I think Curtis Samuel is this year's John Brown, which he could be even better. Speedster, guy who's proven it but hasn't really proven it. Let me tell you about. So, Connor brought up a good point right here. I showed it a little bit earlier. Sure. Said I really liked the Bills' O-line last year. Allowed the least amount of sacks in the league last year, and that was one of those things that I was looking forward to in the offseason because I'm like, you're bringing back the entire O-line. There was no reason anyone. And then Mitch Morse got cut.
Yeah, weird.
Connor McGovern got moved from a position he was fine at. Again, we don't know. Like, it's funny as Bills fans. Like, the unknown to us is like a blank movie screen. I remember reading a psychology article about this. The unknown that we don't know in the future is a blank screen. Your outlook depends on what you put on that screen. So if you're a Bills fan, that blank screen could be like the worst movie ever, the scariest movie ever. It's not like, oh, this is the most uplifting. This is the best. This is the Bills hoisting the Lombardi trophy. Like, because we've had so many years of, bad luck.
Yeah.
The unknown is what you make of it. And this unknown, I was a little bit worried about because I like Mitch Morse and I like Connor McGovern, but we might end up second half of the season or even early that this is Spencer Brown level this guy's taken over as center. It's his true position that he was in college, and he's taking it, and he's better than Mitch Morris. We might look at that.
Sure.
And then David Edwards at left guard, we'll see from there. They can't get rid of me. I've tried to get off so many times. No, I won't shut up. I'm sorry.
You're here until the end of the night. That's it.
Dude, now that my wife and kids are gone, I'm going to get another drink. We're going to have fun.
Let's do it.
We're going to have fun.
Yes. Yes.
Unless they're watching this live. But
it was previously taped.
So we just don't know. So it could be better, is what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
David Edwards, there's a lot to be. It's nice, though, that, I like Aaron Kromer as the offensive line coach, right?
Yep.
So I feel like I trust his judgment more. They either Bean went to him and said, we're going to release Mitch Morris. Do you think we have a guy that can play on the roster? And he said no, and Bean did it anyway. Or what's more likely, have a good one, Ryan. Ryan taking off? Yep.
No.
Ryan Thomas. Take your dude.
RT's not leaving, is he?
Oh, he just wanted to say hi? Okay,
dapping
weirdo.
around.
Weirdo. And so I like it because he can't hear me.
Yeah.
God, the guy's such a weirdo. No, he's a nice guy. He's totally cool. Coolest guy I've ever met. So, where are we talking about? Oh, yeah. So either he went to Aaron Kromer. He's like, I'm going to cut this guy. You're going to be okay with this. He's like, no, and he did it anyway. Or what's more likely is can you find a suitable starter at center on the roster? And we might also get a developmental guy / competition with Will Clapp, who just got cut, or anyone else. And he said, we'll make it work. Because I think Aaron Kromer, from what I've heard from Eric Wood, other guys on other podcasts or channels or whatever, is he puts his guys in the best situation to succeed, which is what you want from any coordinator, coach, positional coach, or whatever. So I'm excited about it. I'm not as nervous as I first was when I saw that. So
I think doesn't it just seem like common sense to do that?
It does.
I feel like Rex Ryan was that dude that was I'm gonna make you do this. I think you should do this because I want you to do this because my defense revolves around you doing this, and we're gonna fool everybody.
Yeah.
We're gonna play against your strengths. Nobody will ever expect that.
We're gonna put Marcel Darius in coverage.
Yeah.
It's gonna blow your mind.
Mario, you're a corner. Get the hell out of here. If you guys want to get on the next 50-50, please go see my sister right here, waving her arms underneath this tent. Look at her. Oh, my God. She's spraying bug spray. She's dancing. Yo!
Can she do chores?
Lots of chores.
My kids can't either. That's useless.
Oh, I think she can do chores if she needs to. She's like, Dad, let me go. See you later.
God, you're embarrassing me, Dad. That's what you're supposed to do, though.
That's
how you can tell a good dad. It's I don't care. It's supposed to embarrass you.
One more 50-50. Go see my sister. It's going to be real.
50-50. Last call for now.
Bye, Sarah. Love you.
60-40. Or
hey. That's good.
40-40-20. Wait, where's that 20 go?
Don't worry about it.
Got to pay for it somehow. Don't worry. Trust me, bro. 37. Can I talk about something? I don't know if you guys had mentioned earlier. I was listening in the car on the way here, but it wasn't mentioned. Tyler Bass. Can we talk about Tyler Bass for a second?
Absolutely. I don't think he's been brought up, to be honest.
This has to be brought up. Normally, I don't want to bring him up, too, because to bring him up is not in a positive light.
Yeah.
Tyler Bass scares me. It feels like he's in the same area of Dan Carpenter, Steven Hauschka, any number of kickers that have come here since.
Dude, not to cut you off.
Yeah.
Dan Carpenter is exactly what I thought of. Where Dan Carpenter came to the Bills, he was a hero. Everybody loved him. He was automatic. A little injury, done. Gone. Not. There's no transition with special teams. There's no hey man, you're just slowly declining. It's you're automatic or you're dead, and that's it. So great comparison. Continue.
It happens mid-season too. It doesn't even need to be during the season. We should call that something. If you get an injury and you can never come back from it, was that the Trent Edwards effect or something? And I love Trent Edwards. Yeah. I mean, he was never the same after that. Dan Carpenter's another good one. He got, which was BS because he got ran into by Richard Sherman
Yes.
on a play that was offsides and the whistle wasn't blown.
Yep.
And they didn't call a penalty on it. One of the all-time. Sorry, Connor, I've had you up there for like
it's great.
the whole time.
It's okay.
Connor's like, dude, I've gotten like 25 friends on Facebook for it. What do you care?
Thank you for the mention.
I'm gonna bring this up next.
Yep.
Patrick Hughes' thing, but it's so funny. It's like one of those things where it's like the yips.
Yes.
Right? Like there's that famous thing where Chuck Knobloch, the pitcher, couldn't throw to first base, which is just like crazy. But if you've ever played like some sports, like, I mean, I tightened up in something. Like I used to play tennis, I played softball, like in a beer league, I played like, soccer, whatever, just nothing famous. But like sometimes you just like get in your own head.
Mm-hmm.
But as a kicker, I was hoping he would have got over it in the offseason. And from all media accounts, even though he was like, 6 for 7 in the preseason, but nothing over 40.
No.
He missed everything over 40. I mean, there's legitimate concern. And you know what scares me about this is that I think there's going to be a lot of close games this season, specifically with a harder schedule, with the fact that they have new coordinator, new players, like a lot of different things filled, that it might come down to a kick. And that's the reason why it scares me, because good teams like the Ravens, like the Chiefs, they have kickers with, ice water in their veins. We don't have that.
No.
So.
No, I agree, man. I think 2 years ago with Bass, we did have that. Like I felt like, that feeling you get in your chest and your stomach, like when it comes down to a kick, you didn't have to worry about that when Bass was out there, because you're like, this kid is going to hit it, and he did. And now, like you're saying, man, the yips, that is absolutely the best thing to describe what's going on. I don't know, man. I really wish they would have brought competition in. I think that would have helped Bass. I'm not trying to push Bass out. I think if he had somebody on his heels, maybe it would have bumped him to that next level. He's too young.
He's too young. That's
to be missing this kind of these kind of kicks. Something had to happen. I don't know what game it was. I can't pinpoint the exact time, but something happened where he lost a little bit of that edge. I mean, the dude can put it through the uprights from 60, 65, like in practice, no problem. And then all of a sudden you're in game time and he's missing from 40 plus. It just can't happen.
The age thing definitely gets to me. I'm glad you said that, because when we talked about Hauschka, we talked about Carpenter, those guys are in their 30s. They're not on their just barely off their first contract.
Yeah.
This is the guy literally got re-signed at 26? Yeah. And the year after that year, is when he just kind of started to fall off. Now, he had issues in the beginning, his rookie season was really rocky. But last year, he had the same field goal percentage as his rookie season, which is not the goal you want.
No.
So it was. The games came down to it. I still don't blame. I don't know how you feel. I don't blame him for the Chiefs' loss.
No.
Sure, it would have helped to tie it.
Yeah.
But that game seemed like it was just.
To me,
it was in trouble.
I'm not trying to bring up trauma, but to me, it's the Giants Super Bowl game, where you can't fault Bass for that the same way you can't fault Norwood for it. It should have happened before that. There was a lot of opportunities where they could have solidified that game, and that's a lot to put on a young kicker. Anyway, what do you got, buddy?
Someone dropped their license?
You got a fake ID, Cooper? Is that your fake ID? What do you got?
Just like you, bro.
We've got a driver's license for Hughes Norwood.
Hughes Norwood. Do you guys know Hughes Norwood?
Anybody know Hughes Norwood?
Is he still here? That's not him. I can tell based on that picture. Don't flash that in front of the camera. Oh, he left?
Uh-oh.
Dude, thanks for getting me. This guy got me a drink because Swank was going to give me a drink.
Yeah.
So shout out to this guy. What's your name?
Josiah.
Oh, good. You left it nice and warm. Is that weird that I like that? Or is it...
He can't speak that much. He's a Mennonite. Don't worry.
Does he have his own podcast too? Jeez.
No, he can't because he's a Mennonite.
Oh, he's a Mennonite? Oh, yeah.
It's just bicycle powered by squirrels.
Do Mennonites have to...
Do you know Hughes? Do you want to give it to him? Okay.
Oh, yeah? Oh, sick.
Dun, dun,
Listen, I don't know if any of you guys are bowlers, but you should probably go to Doug Kent Bowling in Newark, New York, because A, the Endless Mountain Derelicts play there. Also, Doug Kent, Chrissy, they're here. You know what I mean? Hanging out
raffle
hard.
time.
Hanging out hard.
Is that him right down there?
What?
Down at the end.
Yeah, that is him right there. Don't forget, Jay is giving free piggyback rides to anybody under 300 pounds. Go nuts. Also, we got Tony's Popcorn. We got retro.
Dude, Tony's Popcorn. I had the hot stuff earlier.
Yeah, pretty good, right?
Thank you to Tony's Popcorn. You can find them on Facebook and Instagram, I believe.
Yeah.
If I had to guess, I'm not 100% sure.
If the canopy is correct, yes, I believe so. Also, we're getting ready to do the last round of raffles before we do the door prize. We're good. We're all good. Oh, yeah, we're good. Guys, thank you so much for being part of this year's regular season Rager. This is the 4th year. 1,700 people on the internet right now watching and cluing in. I'd be remiss if I didn't say that we are part of the Buff Fanbase Network and also sponsored by 26 Shirts. Go to 26shirts.com. Give them all of your money. They will spend it way better than you will. They'll give it to a family in need. You'll get a great shirt, something trendy. I don't know what's trending right now, so I just buy shirts from 26 Shirts.
They got something for everybody.
Nate is coddling this beer bottle.
Well, do you remember the Bud Bowl?
By Dawson Knox, maybe?
That one is a Dawson Knox.
Yeah, that's a Dawson Knox right there, buddy. Compliments of our friend Josh Cook, a.k.a. Cookie, who has been a long-time supporter of 24/7 BUFfandemonium and the K-Gun Report. He's just looking
Nate's
around.
loving it right now. He's kind of
Do you guys remember the Bud Bowl? Am I the only one Bud? Like, were you guys?
No, I remember.
Do you remember the Bud Bowl during the Super Bowl? Am I that old? I'm that old.
No. Wait,
Bud
how
Bowl.
old are you?
I'm under 50.
There you go.
Older than 20.
There
So
43.
less than that, but I'm not going to
42?
tell you. Yeah, less. I'm not going to tell you how much.
Yeah, tell me, dude. I'm 40. I'm 40. These
That's okay.
guys,
43.
young,
Yeah,
but
43.
older
You're not
than
43.
me.
Are you really?
No, yeah, dude. That's
Oh,
what I'm
good.
saying.
Okay, 42. All right.
Ah! 40,
If
41,
we're all showing our
43.
Yeah,
There we
dude,
go.
talk about it.
There we go.
Talk about it.
Everybody's showing it.
So I was I can't remember. Can't remember if I was a Bud Light guy, the Bud Bowl, if I was a Bud Light or a Blue or a Bud regular. I can't remember which team I rooted for.
I think Bud Light was always the one to root for.
that was the white one, right?
Yeah.
I can't remember. But anyway,
Yeah.
so Dawson Knox, are you guys doing the raffle for that, or you want to?
That was off mic. Off mic joke. That's an off mic joke right there.
That's that can only say off mic. So wait, do you guys have to do raffles right now, or do we have to do raffles because you want to?
In a second. Go ahead.
Okay.
What do you got?
Patrick Hughes on Facebook wrote, quick question. Is there any holes? By the way, that's how I phrase everything I've ever had as a quick question.
Quick question.
At work, that I talk to like my boss or whatever. Quick question, by the way. Can you state all the periodic table of elements? Like it's something ridiculous. It's never a quick question, but I say quick question.
Yeah, you
so
got me
I'm
gold.
Patrick Hughes. That's my burner. He said, quick question. Is there any holes you feel the Bills still need to address? Patrick, how much time do you have?
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
How much faith do we have in Mike White? Just in case.
I don't think that's the question. I think the question is how much faith do you have in Mitch Trubisky? I think I feel better about Mike White than I do Mitch Trubisky.
But do you feel better about Mike White because of Mitch Trubisky and who he is?
Probably.
Yes.
Absolutely probably.
You could have been like
100% probably, maybe.
Nate, do you have a better feeling about the Dawson Knox signed blue light bottle with a helmet on it?
Or regular blue.
Or Mitch Trubisky? And I'd have been like,
Can it run?
I don't get how's blue light's shoulder doing? Because I'm not 100% sure. I believe even when he was with the first team offense in preseason, not great, Bob. Like this wasn't one of those things where he looked halfway decent and you're like, okay, I can kind of see it. Like it was rough. He had time and he was forcing it to guys that were covered.
I saw a fundamentals thing. Overthrows balls, dropping the shoulder when he's throwing the ball.
Yeah.
That's like fundamental stuff that Mitch Trubisky's not getting because he's not playing.
This could be like a little controversial, maybe. I think I would have kept DiNucci
Why
over
not?
Mitch Trubisky.
He's the only one that's
Is
ran
that
that
is that
offense.
fair? I mean, is there anything, Nate, that is more than Mitch has been a starter in the league that would be the fucking freaking defense for this?
I mean, you kind of hope. I mean, the reason why they brought him here is because he was familiar with the team and Josh and stuff like that. And you look at it, in a small sample size. This is a really small sample size preseason. We don't know what goes on in practice altogether. But, I mean, it doesn't. What has he shown to make you think that, like, oh, they made the right decision? Like, that was nothing that I've seen.
He was familiar with Daboll. He wasn't. Daboll. That's the thing. I think they're familiar with the team, yes, but he was familiar with Daboll's offense. This is a completely different offense.
But you just mentioned dropping your shoulder. Like, I give you the playbook. You could be more familiar with it than Mr. Trubisky. Doesn't mean you could, Josh Allen. Right. Doesn't mean you're going to play better than Josh Allen. Like, when it comes down to it, like, I mean, I guess they're just hoping he doesn't have to play. But man, I mean, I'd almost take a rookie at this point. And I know that's saying a lot, but like, nothing he's done over his career, which makes you think like this guy can do well in a pinch.
2 years ago, I would have been like, fine, great, like whatever. And we do have the quarterback that is the most durable, even though he makes, he takes these risky chances and everybody's whatever. But there was 2 quarterbacks last season that played every game. Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen. Whether you're taking risks or not, you can stand in the pocket. You can still get messed up. I think, to me, 2 years ago, you got Mitch Trubisky. He did an okay job standing in, whatever, taking a knee. Didn't matter. Now, going into Josh's 6th, 7th year, right? Like, we need somebody that could step in for a game or two. Like, it's getting to that point where, like, you kind of need somebody that can actually perform, maybe. Like, you don't need these Case Keenums. You don't need these dudes that, like, have no sort of chance, or they're either aged out or they're too young to make a difference or insignificant. I think this is a team where you can't go Josh Allen or bust completely. It's great to have Josh Allen, but and listen, kids, cover your ears. The New England Patriots, Tom Brady had a season where he was gone, right? So we need that can handle it. Mike White, I absolutely feel more capable of doing any of this than any other relief quarterback that we have on the roster.
Yeah, you got to read this comment that this guy was showing it for
Doug Ogg, who is live here.
Is he here? Is Doug here?
Ranger. He says Mike White has already given his rib to the team. So has earned the start over Mitchell. I absolutely
Mike said
agree,
something about not hanging out with Milano at the 50-yard line or something like that. He already mentioned that once.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Smart guy.
Dude, the only reason why Mike White signed is because he saw Matt Milano was on IR. He's like, he's going to be in the training area mode, and he's not going to.
Thank you.
Did you guys see that meme I posted of the Home Alone?
I did. I follow Circling the Wagons religiously, by the way. I actually listened to it on the way to the Rager today. Thank you so much for all the promo that you gave us for the Rager today.
I only did it about 10 times. I
listened to the first 20 minutes, and I was just like, it's kind of like, he's doing a really great job.
I was happy.
Really great.
Thank you guys.
Man, come up for air.
Always, like seriously, thank you.
We love you.
Yeah, no, thank you guys for having me. I mean, I'm definitely more known for my memes than my podcast, but this was really cool.
So good, dude. It's so good. I listened to it while I'm mowing the lawn.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And we love the fact that you're part of the Buff fan base now.
Yeah.
Dude, thank you. You guys, not gonna lie, this between this, dude, I gotta clap for you guys. We love you, Josh Allen. You guys are one of the main reasons why I wanted to join this network, and I had thoughts before. So for those that don't know, I was part of Buffalo Rumblings. Buffalo Rumblings is a huge site. They've been around forever, and like we were one of the first podcasts that started it, because when we started, like it is 8 years ago now. There was nobody else like us doing it, right? Like you guys, like us, that just didn't exist. And there were like 3 or 4, and they weren't that good. Like they weren't bad, like they just weren't our voices, right? So what's funny is when I met you guys before the Rager last year and stuff, and I'm like, this is like my people, right? Like this is my crew. If you guys had existed before I started, like I probably wouldn't have started one, because I'm like, these guys speak for me. Like this just like, it's like water cooler, like bar stool Bills talk. right?
That's
And
it.
like we're not cover one, we're not breaking down the X's and O's, but like we're having a good time. Like this is, and I felt even at the time, and like I like the people over at Buffalo Rumblings. It didn't feel like a family, you know what I didn't feel like a group of guys that like I would hang out with all the time. Whereas like this was like, it was like between you guys, between Justice, and Justin, like it was like, I was like, man, like there's nothing not like about this group.
Yeah.
So if I could be a part of it and help in any way or whatever, like the timing worked out perfectly. So thank you guys for inviting me. Thanks for having me. I realize
Absolutely,
I don't shut up. Which is kind of important for these things. So
no, it's perfect.
Like, you know,
Absolutely perfect.
yeah. So this is good. So yeah. So no, thank you.
A
Thank you for having
talking
me.
forum when someone doesn't shut up. That's an oxymoron.
Yeah, you
right?
can't be quiet when you're talking.
Dude, so you mentioned the podcast. Sorry, not to cut you up. You mentioned the podcast you were listening to earlier.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to talk about my co-host couldn't do it. I'm just like, I'm going to do a solo pod. I'm like, I can probably only get 20 minutes max on myself. And I look down at the clock and I'm 50 minutes in. I'm like, I got to shut up. Like I gotta shut up. Like what am I talking about? Like I talked about my own Pee-wee football experience for like 5 minutes.
Dude,
like, no one cares about that. I got my bell rung. So you saw the Rudy Rudiger jersey earlier. That was I said Rudy was 5'6", 165 pounds. I'm a short guy. Nobody looks at me and says I'm tall. I'm bigger than him. No, I'm bigger. I'm bigger than you're like 5 inches taller than me at least.
Oh, you're
Thank
cute.
You, you're cute.
5'11".
So yeah, not quite, but Rudy was 5'6", 165. I'm like, I'm taller than this guy. Why did he think he could play Notre Dame football? My parents took me out of Pee-wee football at 3rd grade because they're like, dude, guys are hitting puberty and you were already short. You're gonna get your bell rung, and I did a couple of times. So
hell yeah.
So they saved me more concussions than I needed. So shout out to them. But I was bitter for the last 20 years.
I want that Knox.
No. Let's talk about Pee-wee football more. So
yeah, we're gonna talk about
do you want to go ahead?
football.
Do you want to
talk about out-of-state Pee-wee football? Actually, now we're gonna do the last 5 lots of the raffle, and then you're gonna listen to the K-Gun report with hopefully Nate if you want to hang out, and RT. We're gonna have a good time. Bring Jerry up here because he's been running around doing a hell of a job. Can we get a hand for Jerry? Huh? What the hell, dude?
He's got the palpitations going, but that's all right.
He's got some palpitations.
Breathe through it. Bear
Actually,
down. You'll be
Scott's feeling it because they're identical twins and they feel each other.
Scott's like, give it a break, Jared.
You don't feel each other?
Okay.
I'm running out of
terminology.
He's like, we're not Siamese twins. We're just identical
We're
twins.
just identical. Yeah, so we're going to pull these last 5 raffle lots, and then you're going to listen to us talk a little bit on the K-Gun, and then we're going to pull that door prize, which is a Josh Allen signed replica football helmet, authenticated, really, right there in the protective plastic bag that it came in.
Can't be too safe.
It's pretty awesome.
We almost double wrapped.
That's like a $600 to $800 thing that you got for paying $5 just to hang out here today. Are you guys having a good time here today, or what? Woo! Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much for being a part of it.
Does anybody want a Josh Allen helmet? I mean, me? Someone. Okay.
George does.
At least 6. Thank you.
George,
that is a sick shirt, by the way.
really
Josh,
good,
that's a nice shirt.
Also, a nice haircut.
Nice hair. Oh, my goodness.
Also, he's dumped at least $50 worth of raffle tickets into that box, right? Yeah. He came up a couple times, dude. He's serious.
Just to be safe.
This kid is serious. If he doesn't win, you're all in trouble.
So just to be safe, buy 100 more tickets for him. Just to be safe.
Or buy 100 more for yourself. You know what I'm saying?
I don't root for anyone to win, but I want him to win.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
And him only.
So what do we got here?
I think we're going 16 first, brother. So what do we got? The Knox. Is this Knox?
It's a Knox mini helmet.
Knox mini helmet.
Also a Knox blue light. Bottle that compliments of our boy Cookie right there. So you're getting double right here.
Double Knox.
Let's have you want to have Nate pull that?
Yeah, Nate.
Let's do that.
Stay.
So it's all part of it?
Yep, those two
All
are
right.
together.
The Standing Buffalo, too. I'm a big fan of the Standing Buffalo.
I love it.
Okay. All right, for the Dawson Knox signed mini helmet and blue light bottle, we have 888317. Oh, I heard a woo, but it could have just been
There's a woo.
Could have been just someone enjoying the Ranger.
Is that a false woo?
It's getting late.
Is it a real woo?
The beer is flowing. I would be one of those guys going, it's me. It's a me.
What's that? He's checking his ticket. He said woo, and then he said check my ticket.
He's like,
You got
"Woo,
it?
wait, I still got to look at my ticket." All right.
Is
I thought I
Ric
saw
Flair
315.
here? Is Ric Flair here? Woo!
He thought I said 315. He's like, yes.
315.
do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Woo, woo. Read it again there, Nate.
888. No, just kidding. 888-317. 317.
Hey, oh, he did it.
Was it the
He
original
did it,
word?
dude.
It was? Nice,
Every
nice.
single year.
Wow.
These
This
guys, they're
guy,
gonna wait till
dude.
the top 5 start going
Every
out.
guy.
I'm gonna win every one
It's
now.
like, hell yeah. I just dumped $400 into that.
Nice. It was the last one. It's a good thing you bought as many as you did.
There you
Nice,
go, my
dude.
friend.
Congratulations.
The sign too, my
Outside,
brother.
7 degrees. 7
Wherever you
degrees
put that,
of
you
separation.
gotta take a picture
Every
of it and
single
tag
year.
these guys in it.
I'll tell you.
Yeah, absolutely.
These guys have been here every single year. The first year we had 15 people show up, and they have been here. Congratulations. Thank you so much for supporting us.
Dude, he's got to be so upset that there's like 200 here. He's just like, man, my chances were so much better when it was only 15 of us.
They are going on a run right now. They're going to win
Yeah,
everything.
there's no doubt.
Wait
That's
for
just
it.
the start of
You
it.
better shake it right up.
So we're at 17 now. This one's pretty special. This is the white helmet with the buffalo. Mark Maddox signed.
Who's Mark? Oh, Mark Maddox? Right over here. Mark Maddox right here.
The Mark Maddox. Give it up for Mark Maddox.
This guy hasn't even said hi to me yet.
Mark, do you want your own mic, man?
I bet you did.
Oh.
The chicken
oh,
French,
geez.
Mark? The chicken French?
That's where it started.
So for those that couldn't hear, he said, I was just talking to your wife. I like, them's fighting words in Shortsville, man. I don't know if you know that. Fighting words or you're
Yeah.
now best friends for life. So I
BFF.
can't tell.
Mark has been such a good friend and a part of this show, and we're so happy to be able to do this. And 2 years ago, Mark showed up here. Like, listen, this man came all the way from Arizona to be with you today in the Finger Lakes. Can we give it up for him? Woo! We're helping out his Help One Foundation. But the first year that Mark was here, he started, we jabbed back and forth a little bit. And he was telling me about how, my wife said a little this and that. And I was like, did she tell you about the chicken French? And he's like, no. And I was like, you got to ask her about the chicken French, because on our anniversary, I made her chicken French, changed her whole life. And he turned around and said, Sarah, you didn't tell me about the chicken French. And it was great. To have one of your heroes have an inside joke with you. Love you to death,
That's
Mark.
awesome. Help One Foundation, helping kids everywhere.
Yep.
Arizona, Buffalo area. I mean, lots to like. Who doesn't get behind helping kids with lunches, books, everything? Very cool. Very cool. Recognize Buffalo Bills Legend of 2021. Buffalo Bills Legend of 2021.
Hey.
Boom.
Yeah. They don't just give that away to anyone.
No, hell no.
They don't.
It's legendary.
Congratulations.
So you got this legendary signature on this mini helmet. Can I pick this one?
Yeah. So this one's pretty cool because not only does it have Mark's autograph on it, but it's got the Finger Lakes Mafia, Rager, Bills Mafia mount up with a 24/7 BUFfandemonium logo as a visor.
Don't forget about the pearl finish.
Oh, the pearl finish. This is actually a custom from my brother Jarrod. By custom, I mean he changes the paint and he moves stuff around to make it look special.
He did a good job.
And the visor comes from Buffalo Jason.
He's like, bro, I spent all weekend on that.
Buffalo
You gave me
Jason,
2
dude.
sentences?
Wow.
Well, he's only allowed 150 words on the show.
Yeah.
So 2 sentences in
A
recognition.
byline. You're going to hear a lot from Jerry in a couple minutes. Right here, the winning ticket for that beautiful piece of Jarrod Reed manufactured helmet with Mark Maddox's signature. 888-577. 888-577. Hurt in a car? 888-577.
Swank got me $5 million when the other
Jerry, did you win?
I guess I just have to keep it.
Did you really win?
Did you really win?
Hey! 888-577.
Are you really an LA Bills backer, or did you just get that cool shirt? Yeah, that's
Oh,
awesome.
very cool.
Yeah. So
Awesome.
one of our OGs, Frank Mullins here.
Is he like your husband? No, you don't know. Okay, I thought he was like interviewing. He was walking you up. I was like, that's cool. Your son, he lives in LA? He lived in LA? That's awesome. That's awesome. Nice shirt. I like that. That's cool. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Your son was an LA Bills backer. That's a good mom. That's a good son.
That's a good mom.
Hey, do you guys remember last year there was a gentleman that came here that brought a quilt of all the shirts that he had when he was a kid? I don't know if he's here tonight.
He was the one wearing the Zumba outfit.
Yeah.
I believe that was.
Yeah,
Oh, I missed it.
the
I don't think I
Zumba
saw it.
suit, man.
That was awesome. If somebody else has something like that I haven't seen yet, amazing. I'd love to see it. Love to show it on camera. I took pictures of it, posted on social media. It definitely went viral, so that's cool.
Sweet. Super little viral.
Yeah.
Look at this one. This one's also special. Just recently we had Don Beebe, ex-Buffalo Bill, former Buffalo Bill, and Super Bowl champion.
Oh,
Don
one of my favorite wide receivers ever. Yeah.
Not only did he come on the show, but he obviously said he'd come back. But Jarrod sent out a lunar eclipse helmet, and he signed it. Not only did he sign it in an original spot, I've never seen anybody sign it on the back bottom, but he also put the 4 Super Bowls that he went with the Buffalo Bills to on the back.
Yeah.
This is very special. He also has the Never Give Up book, the Competitive Athlete's Devotional. This guy dedicates his life now to be a motivational speaker. Never give up. Keep fighting for what you think is right, for what you're trying to do, and he's done a great job. He coaches now. He's a beautiful person, and we can't wait to have him back on the show.
He's also been a guest on Circling the Wagons.
No, you guys did a much better job than I did.
No.
You guys
get
did.
out of here.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
You can see that.
You know what he told me, though, when he came on? One of the things that stood out to me is everyone remembers Don Beebe as a player, but they also mostly remember him for the famous Super Bowl, was it 28 or whatever, where he was Leon Lett was stripped the ball. He was running down the field, was about to score a touchdown. At the last second, Don Beebe knocks the ball out of Leon Lett's hand, which is a famous thing. He told me when I interviewed him, he's like, not a day goes by where I don't get a letter from somebody somewhere saying how that inspired them. He's like, Nate, that has been over 30 years ago.
Yeah.
And I still get letters, like handwritten letters about how that inspired them. He's like, I wasn't trying to do that. I was just trying to do my job. But that's how it goes. Lead by example. So,
Hell yeah.
Well, that's when he was on our show, same deal. And that's the book had come out, and that is really the whole basis for the book. Never give up. Go do what you can do to help your team, help yourself.
You want to know more about it? Easy. www.donbeebe.com. It'll take you to
or
everything.
just win this thing,
Or
which
just
is
win.
totally in your control, I guess. How many tickets are in that thing? That's what I want to know.
There's a bunch.
Dude. Yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Feel it around. Like, I know you know
About
what 2 feels
150.
like, but
150. We got a ticket of 083-7680.
say it again, baby.
083-7680.
For the Don Beebe.
Oh,
eclipse.
is Ryan? Is it Ryan?
No! Yeah!
Boo.
That's all yours, brother.
It's all yours.
You got it. You got it? Oh,
it's yours.
Yes.
Take it.
Nice, man.
nice get.
Congratulations, yeah.
Yes.
Nice, dude.
Oh, yeah, take your trophy with you.
He's taking the fantasy football championship helmet also.
He won it. He won it. He can take it.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Is that part of it too? That football, or that is that also signed by
The sign,
Russo?
yep.
Cool.
So we have a nice little piece here. This is the military one. Is this the military?
I think so, yeah.
Yep. Salute to service, Gregory Russo. Again, donated back by Josh Cook, our friend over there. He won it, and he said, put it back in the raffle. Put it back to give to the people. So we got a Russo helmet and a Russo blue light.
Blue light bottle?
Yeah, blue light bottle. There we go. Gregory Russo. This one's a fun one, too. This one's been, a lot of people wanted this one.
Yeah. Everyone's being quiet
Everyone's
for once.
quiet
Wow.
all of a sudden.
They're like, shut up, guys, and just do the...
Russo's being announced. Oh, they're going to be happy.
Yeah.
So, anyways, 888-471. 888-471. Gregory Russo service. Salute to service and the blue light Canadian Pilsner medal sign.
Oh, did you win again?
888-471.
I mean, no one else is running up here, so I'm really
I'm
just
pretty
about
happy.
to give it to her.
There it is.
Nice.
Very
well done.
cool.
Congratulations. And this too, I guess.
Dun, 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 dun. So
Yeah,
what was that,
make sure you
19?
guys take pictures of your prizes. Tag 24/7 BUFfandemonium and Josh. Yeah.
Oh boy, we get some. So who wants to win the Josh Allen already framed jersey?
Wow.
This one,
Not even a little.
This one's pretty cool. I mean,
Not even a little. He's
Jared,
like,
Jared, just hang
his
on to
hands are up on the glass.
Jared.
Like, don't, please.
there you go. Don't pick me. Josh Allen autographed jersey
Reverse
away.
psychology. I like it.
Would you believe this one's pretty full? This box here.
Wow. There's like no room to shake it. That's how many people wanted this.
You want to dig deep?
Yeah, sure. Sure. Yeah. Jeez. Wait, should I go to the bottom or just the top? Oh, the top.
We
I've
started
never
from
heard
the
anyone
bottom.
say the top. Everyone usually likes the bottom. Okay.
I was here bright and early. I was here at 2:35. Bought a ticket. Go to bottom.
All right. 0837640.
Lots of
There's
lots
a lot of
disappointment.
A lot
out
of
there.
groans.
Yeah.
You got it.
Did you get it? Let's go. Let's confirm. This is super confirm right now.
That's it. That's it. Congratulations. What's your name, man? What's your name? What's your name?
Dakota, man.
Dakota won.
Yeah.
Congratulations, man.
Dakota has been here since the very first Rager that we had up in Rochester. We had 14 people, I think. Look at that, dude. Congratulations. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for supporting the Help One Foundation, bro.
Swank, you know what?
Yeah.
That was a door prize ticket. So he's still eligible for the. Want to bet he wins the helmet too? Just the way that the
Probably.
Eichlers work.
That might be the way to go, man. That might be the way to go.
Thank you for listening to the Circling the Wagons podcast. Download and subscribe to us in your favorite podcast service. Email us at ctwpod@gmail.com. That's Charlie Tango Whiskey Pod@gmail.com. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at CTWPod. And most importantly, go Bills!
Nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills.
Nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills, Nate.
Well, listen, the whole show is called Circling the Wagons. Say no more. I love it.